Spurs start on Wednesday. Yo, yo, yo. Do you have the Alamo City Sports Cast? Oh, there you go. It's not coming up on my Facebook. What's that? Is it on your page? I put it on my page.
Leija saying he had to go old school and wheelbarrow his concrete. All right, 10 out.
Yo, yo.
And we're live.
That's right, baby. It's Monday. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's freaking do this, man. You know what? Here's the voice of the voices calling us now. I knew he would be here on time. He said he had to wheelbarrow his concrete. So let's go ahead and bring in Chris Leija. Chris, you're live with us, man. What's up, brother?
What's up? Hey, before I forget, puro pinche Astros a la verga, cabrones.
No,
It ain't over yet.
no.
It ain't over yet, bitches.
No mames, way. It's already the playing field's been reset. It's a game 7. It's anyone's game. The Astros have shit the bed at home. I do not expect them to do any better. I think they're going to shit the bed again, and they're just going to go ahead and lay down, and they're going to give this one to the Rangers.
No. See, the thing about it is the Astros are going to win tonight. By the way, welcome to the Alamo City Sports Cast here in San Antonio. It is Monday tonight, Game 7, Astros and Rangers. It was an exciting game last night. Got away from the Astros, though, in the 9th inning, man. That grand slam. That was a fun game, okay? But I know this. I am a jinx for the Texas Rangers. Every time I do this show and the Rangers are hot, they lose. So when you ask me, hey, can you do the show on Monday? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. But the Rangers are going to lose because of it.
No. They're going to win today.
We'll see. Look, man, I'll tell you what. Garcia pulled off something that I don't think has been seen before. I'm looking it up here, trying to find out if it's true or not. But he got the golden sombrero, is what they call it. He went 0 for 4 strikeouts, and then the motherfucker hits a grand slam. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't think I've ever seen that. So I'm still looking it up to confirm that's something there that was. I gotta give him that. That was pretty fucking impressive.
Hey, y'all, he's a machine, man. Y'all try to hit him, try to take him out of the game. And he came back. Cheaters.
Hey, are y'all gonna bitch about Uvalde hitting Maldonado too in the arm? Or y'all gonna not?
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's retribution. It's payback.
Yeah. Okay, that was an accident. Whereas the Astros the Astros going head hunting was because of a home run hit earlier in the day. It was also because of what had happened earlier in the year and in July and in April. And if it wasn't cheating or wasn't like on purpose, why is Major League Baseball going after the Astros pitcher? Why are they trying to suspend him for 2 games?
But did you see how they appealed it though? You see how they pulled the smart move on everybody? So they have 48 hours. They have to give him 48 hours after he appeals the suspension to even go into a meeting and figure it out. Guess what? He did it yesterday in the morning, or he did it Saturday evening. So he gets to play yesterday, and I think he gets to play today too. And today, all the pitchers hit the mound. It don't matter who it is. There's no rest. There's no rules. You put it whoever the hell you want, and you got a reptile starting off the game for that.
Hey, but I got to do this before we go any further, man. This goes out to
here we go.
all of Astros Nation. No me llores, no me llores, no me llores. I don't want to hear it.
We don't cry. Hey, where was I last?
Oh!
God, I can't stand this. I can't stand this, man. This is a little too Mexicano for me, man.
It's okay. No me llores, no me llores.
Hey, we already know that Jimenez don't have a Mexican card no more. That shit.
It got revoked a while back. It got revoked a while back.
You're good, Coconut. Don't worry.
Tonight on the mound, Christian Javier against Max Scherzer, future Hall of Famer Max Scherzer, who looked awful earlier in the ALCS because his splitter wasn't working. His curveball was, but the splitter wasn't. This is an old guy, 39 years old, 3-time Cy Young Award winner on the mound for the Rangers. It's going to be exciting, man. I'm trying to find out the odds right now. ESPN right now says that the Houston Astros are favored with a 54% chance of winning the game.
That's I would put it 50-50 to be honest, man.
The over-under is 9 runs tonight. They expect some fireworks tonight over there at the Juice Box. Astros favored by 1.5 runs.
I got the fireworks ready here for when the Rangers win. You know, we're gonna go ahead and go all out, bro. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right.
All I know is win or lose, whoever wins, whoever wins, moves on to the World Series. I'll tell you what, even if it's the Astros, if it's the Phillies coming out of the National League, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little fucking concerned.
Hey, the Phillies are good. They're really good. They're really good.
They're balling out right now.
And that's a crazy
win or lose,
fan base
like
over there.
Win or lose, it's been a fun week. All the shit talking.
I can almost taste that free case of beer, bro.
Don't even think about it, bro. Don't even think.
Can almost taste it.
Go get my case of Dos Equis ready.
That free case of beer is gonna go good when I'm watching the World Series against the Rangers and the Phillies.
I guess the question is, well, shit, Joe, you're gonna be at work, right, during the game?
Yeah, I'll be at work.
Man, I'm at to find some of the nephews that want to get together and go watch the game somewhere.
I got nothing to do. I got nothing to do for a game 7.
I'll tell you what, man. Win or lose, I've come to the point where I'm like, this game has been this series has been back and forth. You got to give credit what credit is due. You know, the Rangers have been handling it, you know, on the road against the Astros. So I got to give them the credit. You know, Uvalde he's a bad motherfucker. I'll tell you what, man, that dude does not flinch under pressure. I like the way he pitches. I'm like, all right, I respect it. But you know, still, fuck the Rangers, and we're gonna see what happens tonight.
You know what was really good last night? What really brought joy to my heart was when fucking Jose Altuve shit the bed and didn't even hit the fucking ball. And they sent his ass to the dugout, and he had his head down. He looked like a little kid out of Little League running.
You know, the crazy thing.
They took the iPad from him.
Yeah, exactly. I love those memes.
That iPad was massive.
Yeah, those memes that look. Let's say that he looks like he was awarded some screen time that his parents allowed him to have some screen time. You know, the Astros lost by their stadium because the home run that gave the Rangers a 2-1 lead would have only gone out of Yankee Stadium and Minute Maid Park, and it looked as though the outfielder caught it. Like I was waiting for him to turn his glove over and go, "Ha, I got it."
No,
but he played it wrong.
Has been shitting the bed this postseason. I expect a whole lot more from that man because he is the one. If you see some of us, you know, Astros on Twitter, Kyle Tucker, he's the one. There's always that meme that says, if nobody got me, I know Kyle Tucker got me. But that motherfucker ain't had shit, man, this postseason. He hasn't done anything. And he should have caught that fucking first home run. He should have caught that.
Yeah, he jumped up. He jumped up and hit the wall. Like he didn't know the wall was right there.
And then I think it was a nice inning, right? I think he caught the other one that was going out too.
When the game was already over.
The game was already over. He got that one. Motherfucker, you should have got the one earlier too.
I made a special graphic for you too, Chris.
Oh, I can't see it.
So y'all can see what a winner looks like. Look at that grand slam,
God.
baby. Grand slam.
Look at that walk. Look at that walk. Oh,
yeah, man.
Carrying the bat like Pedro Serrano in Major League.
He's running those bases. You got to let your nuts hang when you're running like that, dude.
You better tweet it out so I can see it later.
There it is. There it is.
We're talking to Chris Leija, MCS Construction. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing to us on YouTube, Alamo City Podcast Network. Over 600 subscribers. Thank you so much. We're also live on Twitter as well. You can catch us if you missed this show. You can have the ability to follow us on a podcast as well. What are we on? iHeart app.
We're everywhere.
We're on Spotify.
We're Spotify. We're on all major podcasting platforms.
And people are already reaching out to us on YouTube, being part of the show. Mario Cavasso is reaching out saying, "Get Joe some Schlitz and Mike some Zimas."
Bro, I'm already to throw up.
I was never a Zima guy, dude. Never a Zima guy.
Oh man, as soon as that shit touched your lips, you went, bro.
Okay. Let's talk about beer real fast, because I went to the Angry Elephant Bar with James Pledger from San Antonio Sports Star this past weekend. And when it comes to beer, for some reason, I have to stop at 3.
You get full.
I get sick. I love beer. Okay. I don't care if it's, Pilsner, IPA, Golden. I don't care. I love beer. But you give me a 4th beer, man, it doesn't go down right, man. It just doesn't go down right.
So come on, man. Is it because of age you can't drink anymore? Or what?
Dude, it's always been that way, man. I don't know. 36 ounces of anything just jacks me up, man. 2 tall boys and I'm done. Well, what's the most amount of beer you've had in one sitting there, Leija?
What's that?
What's the most amount of beer you've had in one sitting?
You got to remember, dude. I went to Texas Tech up in Lubbock, bro.
Dude, I went to Texas State. I don't party.
He probably downed a whole 30-pack of Natty Light, dude. You need all 30 because it's water.
I mean, how is that party when you're pissing every 3 minutes, dude? I don't understand this.
The most I ever drank in one night, and I'm not too proud of it because I didn't wake up so well the next day. But I drank 45 Keystones, 12-pack of Corona, and I killed a third of a bottle of Svedka one night.
Man,
I one time had a 4-pack of Bartles and James.
When I tell you the next morning I woke up feeling like shit. Feeling like shit is an understatement.
You felt like death.
I was repenting, asking God, Lord, I'll never do this again. Lord, I'll never do this again.
Lord, if you're listening, help.
40 pounds of liquid in you will make you do that, dude. I mean, come on.
You needed an IV. He needed an IV after that, dude.
Dude, this was when I was my freshman year at Tech. The guy in charge of our floor, our dorm advisor, whatever the hell his name was, he came knocking at my door at noon, and I didn't answer it. He was like, "Oh shit!" He started freaking out. He was texting everybody, "Hey man, is Chris okay? Is Chris okay?" And I was coming back from the dorm next to us that had first aid. And I was coming back with like 4 fucking grilled cheese sandwiches, 6 Gatorade, fucking orange juice. He goes, "How are you walking?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I don't know. I should not be walking. I should not be up and moving, but here I am, dude."
Well, let me ask Joe that question. Do you believe in hangover food?
Yeah, dude, definitely. Menudo, man, is a cure-all.
Oh, dude, menudos.
No, bro.
Man.
It soaks it all up, man.
You need greasy food is what you need is to get it all out.
You need a badass egg sandwich, that's like on Texas toast, dude. That shit's
I'm a caldo de res kind of guy, but dude, seriously, like it makes me feel worse when I have like grease after drinking out.
Oh no, bro.
David Outwater reaches out to us right now on YouTube, says once you are 30 and over, it takes longer to recover. I know that because I went out with Jeff Garcia from Ken's 5 and Locked On Spurs, and we almost closed out a bar. And I hadn't been out that late in like years. And we had gone to the UTSA. I had gone to the UTSA game earlier that night and met up with Jeff. And it was late, dude. I got back home and my sleeping pattern was screwed for like 4 days. For 4 days, I couldn't go to sleep on time. I couldn't wake up on time. I was sluggish. It was awful.
I tell you what, I've been hungover maybe 2 or 3 times in the last 2.5 years, 3 years since my son was born. That shit does not sit well.
Look at this. I can't believe my girl Carolina's doing this shit to me, man. She's putting Astros winning.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to make a bet. I'm gonna call her after the show.
Another bet. Oh,
yeah.
No,
another bet.
Charlie reaches out to us, says, "I'm 39 and I can't do back-to-backs anymore." Okay, so that's funny because I mentioned on Twitter yesterday that I want to go to Vegas, right? And when you go to Vegas, whether you hit the Strip or you go to Fremont or wherever you go, you get a drink, right? I can't do back-to-back nights. I will go there and I'll party like an all-star, man. Party like an all-star. Then the next day, just drinking water the entire time.
Tell us what you and Pledger were singing.
Oh, yeah, we were singing Too Close by Next.
Man.
Okay, so
Bro.
so Pledger and I were over at the Angry Elephant in the Rue Pub the other night,
My
and
God.
that just shows you how big of a dork the both of us are. Right, we're complete dorks because we're at the corner of the bar. We take over the jukebox. We put like $30 or $40 in there. We're playing all this 90s R&B, all this 2000 punk pop, and we
You had
just,
some Keith Sweat in there?
No, we didn't have Keith Sweat in there,
You didn't go that far?
but Keith Sweat, best song of Keith Sweat. There you go, telling me no again. Great
Oh,
song,
man.
New Jack City soundtrack. Not that I own that soundtrack, but I do. No, but we just sit there the entire time, watch college football, and sing to each other. That's friendship right there. That's bonding.
Love right there.
That's bonding right there. No girl's gonna come up and talk to us. Not that either of us ever want to, but
y'all had zero game, huh?
yeah. Oh, are you gonna play this? Or
I'm gonna show it on screen.
You're gonna show it on screen.
You
You can turn off the volume. There we go.
Man, Pledger's he's lit, bro. Look at him, man. He's got his eyes closed and everything.
Is that the best song ever about an erection?
Oh my God.
I
man.
mean, because you just go through the lyrics, and I knew that we knew what that song was about back in the 90s, right? But you go back and you revisit some of these songs 20, 25 years later, and it's like, my God, we were dancing some dirty shit back in the day.
Yeah, you don't realize what you listen to or what you used to watch on TV.
Look at this, man. Tim Gonzalez, oh man, Jimenez singing Next Too Close.
Dude, karaoke night with me is always a blast. It's always a blast.
I need to figure out a day I gotta see this live and
again, it is the Goldilocks zone. What you can't be is you can't be sober when you karaoke, but you also cannot be drunk either.
Yeah, good.
Got to be right in the middle, not too drunk, not too sober, somewhere in the middle.
Hey, we got a request for you next time, man. Look at Mario Cavazos.
Oh, well, dude, you can be sober and drunk to sing Just a Friend
Just
by
a
Biz
Friend.
Markie. You. Oh, dude.
Oh my God.
R.I.P. Biz Markie. Very, very, very cool. I love karaoke.
Hey, Chris, I know you're up against it, man. You're always busy. You got to go, man. So
yeah, man. I appreciate you guys having me on, man. And like I said, Jimenez, hit me up, man. Let's see if we can get together, hit up a restaurant or a bar or something.
I get out late, dude. I get out at 8:30. So if the game's still on, I might be able to show up.
What time's first pitch? Like 7?
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
It's 7:03. So
7:03. So it'll be fourth inning, bottom of the fourth by the time you get out there.
Yeah.
Rangers will be up 8-2, but it'll.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, for all we know, what if this fucking game's 0-0 and we're going into extra innings? Maybe we get
dude. I think I got the Rangers. I think are gonna win.
That's why we got to do this around. You know what? Let's go to Stout House over here on
Petranco. Stout House. Yeah.
There you go. It's a good place to watch a game.
Just around the corner.
Yeah, you can get off work and be there in 1 minute.
Yeah, basically.
There you go. There you go.
All right,
Leija, thank you so much, brother. You take care.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Later.
Lots to get into today, man.
Yeah.
I know we've only been on for 15 minutes, but we've got a lot to get into. The Spurs start the regular season in 2 nights. It's exciting,
Wednesday.
man. It's exciting. You've got season tickets. I've been looking up tickets right now on Ticketmaster. The prices are going down
For opening night?
I mean, I know they're nosebleeds and whatnot.
They were like a $250 back in the day, earlier in the season, $250, $200 before, you start getting closer and closer to the start of opening day, because they were going for like $200, $250.
I got a feeling my happy ass is going to be at the Frostbank Center, just without a ticket, trying to buy a last minute one.
You're going to go wear the shirt 226 32
32. You know what? I've got a Wemby jersey that my sister got me, so that's pretty exciting. Right now, I'm on Ticketmaster.com looking at the resale value of some of these tickets here. It's funny because last night I was looking at it, including the fees. They were going for about $68 for the nosebleeds,
dude.
which isn't too bad. And as of right now, when I applied the filters on here, $66. So some of these tickets are going down a little bit, but you'll be in the upper deck somewhere around row 15 or 16. If you want to get like a lower row in the upper deck, you're probably looking at about a $1.15, $1.20.
I'll give you a pro tip, man.
Yeah.
Just buy the cheapest seat you can get, right?
And then buy it in the end of the first quarter.
No. Buy the cheapest seat you can get. Get there early. When they open the gates, up. You walk in there. Immediately go in and go to your right and go and take the first escalator that you can
Scam.
and run to the fan zone. The fan zone has some of the best seats in the house in the upper level.
Yeah.
You're going to be near the bar. You're going to be near the bathroom. If you get there early enough, you're going to be able to sit on a bar stool, have a great view of the court, have enough elbow room. It's a good seat, man.
I'm seeing these rows right now, like rows 5, 6, and 7, upper deck, going for about 85. That's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, I was expecting to pay a couple $100 over there, you know?
Yeah.
So pretty excited
Well,
about it.
you eventually will pay at least $100, a hundo,
Yeah.
just for a beer or food or whatever.
So I am going to be on Locked On Spurs tomorrow. So I'm talking to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5. And I don't want to get into this conversation today because this is going to be for Locked On Spurs. But one of the things that we're talking about, two things actually. One is, what do we consider a successful season for the Spurs?
Yeah.
Because for some people, it's they got to make the playoffs. They got to make the play-in. They got to win the division. They got to do this, that, and the other. So we're gonna debate that for tomorrow's show on Locked On Spurs.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about the fact that Zach Collins signed a 2-year deal, an extension with the Spurs. That to me is pretty exciting because, you know, our good friend Spernandez, Rick was on Twitter the other day, and he posted the fact that the Spurs had re-signed and how excited he was that Zach Collins is going to be there. And my comment back to him on Twitter was a gif of Snow, the rapper from the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, enforcer, but sung like him. like informer.
Yeah.
Because that's what Zach Collins is. Zach Collins, he might look preppy, but that guy, if somebody messes with Wemby, it is Zach Collins' job to go over and beat the crap out of whoever steps up to Wemby. And that could be Draymond Green. That could be Giannis. That could be whomever. Anyone messes with Wemby, Sohan and Zach Collins are tasked with doing that. Because we saw this a couple of years ago. I remember Keldon Johnson getting clotheslined by Russell Westbrook.
Oh, yeah.
And no one did anything. And I remember just being upset as a Spurs fan saying, somebody should have gone to Russell Westbrook, shoved him, pushed him, do something. But nobody did anything other than lift Keldon Johnson back off onto his feet.
Yeah.
The Spurs need to have an enforcer because you see people going out there and you know they're going to want to try to test Victor Wembanyama, that they're going to try to body him up. Wemby has gotten a little bit bulkier. He has gained a little bit of weight. Last night, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs was posting the fact that it was over 8 o'clock at night, past 8 o'clock at night, and Wemby was still practicing over there by himself.
He wants to win. But, you know, the thing is, you can practice and you can bulk up. But at the end of the day, the way that they're going to combat him, because you can't do anything because of his height, you're just going to have to get physical with him. You're going to have to stop his momentum. You're going to have to put him at the free throw line and not let him get into any type of rhythm. I think that's what the other opposing teams are going to do to him throughout the season.
There is something, if you can go to my Twitter real fast, there was a post that I saw this weekend from Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, 2 NBA All-Stars, 2 NBA legends, if you will.
Yeah.
And they've always had weird things to say about the Spurs. You know that publicly Kevin Garnett used to try to go after Tim Duncan. And Duncan has later on has come out and said that he was never fazed by Garnett. And Garnett has been upset about that. Yeah. Right. But it sounds as though some of these NBA stars who have had doubts about Wemby, who have compared him to like, well, Bol or compared him to Sean Bradley, are coming around saying, you know what? We might be wrong about this. Here's what Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce have to say about Wemby.
There you go.
There you go. Now, Kevin Garnett right there. A couple of things that he said there to break it down. Ending it by saying the Spurs should make the playoffs. But what he said right there was Victor Wembanyama is just playing ball, that he's reacting to everything, that he doesn't even know the NBA game, that he's reacting to things. He's just going out there not knowing what he's doing, and he's doing so well out there in preseason games.
They're saying they couldn't hear because they couldn't hear. I guess it was silence.
Oh, my goodness.
So hold on. I'm going to fix that. Go ahead and keep on talking.
Okay, so basically, 2 minutes of dead air, bro. Man, Mario Cavazos is reaching out to us. We're going to have to edit this somehow. But no, it's interesting because you have Kevin Garnett talking to Paul Pierce. And Garnett comes out and says, and I'll just paraphrase what they said, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett came out and said that when he first saw Victor Wembanyama, that he looked like Bambi. He looked like a deer in headlights, his legs shaking. And I'm assuming that he's talking about Summer League.
Yeah, well, we can put it on.
Okay, let's go ahead and play it.
Let's see if they can hear now.
Let us know if you can't hear it.
They said the video's not playing no audio.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Well,
oh my goodness.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
Yeah. Okay, so couple of things. Paul Pierce saying that Victor Wembanyama already is a top 5 skilled player position in the NBA. That he has the best skill set, top 5 already right now before he's ever played a regular season game. Kevin Garnett coming out and saying Spurs are going to make the playoffs. Kevin Garnett's coming out and saying that he was reminded of Bambi because Wemby goes out there. I'm assuming it was a summer league game. And Garnett says, dude, he looked like a deer in headlights. He looked like his knees were buckling. He just looked like he was not going to do well. And they had questions about him. But Garnett goes on and says, seeing these preseason games of what Wemby's doing out there, we saw what he did, dribbling through that guy's legs. And we saw him getting all these dunks and the Euro step and knocking down threes and blocking shots and blocking 3-point attempts. Garnett says, we finally saw the alien that we've been promised. And he goes, I see him. And he says, this is a guy right now that's a cross between Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo. So Paul Pierce was like, oh my God, this guy's already a top 5 guy when it comes to pure skill. But what I liked about what Garnett was saying was that he said he's not even acclimated to the NBA game. That all Wemby's doing is reacting. They're throwing him out there.
Yeah.
And he's reacting and doing so well. Imagine when he gets an offensive system. Imagine when he gets to have some sort of rapport with his teammates. Imagine when he gets some veteran skills, when he gets some experience out there, that he's out there reacting and scoring 20 and grabbing 7 or 8 boards and getting 3 or 4 blocks in 20 minutes.
I'm curious now to see if they can hear this. I'm going to play a real quick clip, just like a couple seconds.
All right.
Let's see if they can hear it. All right. So if y'all can hear it, let us know.
If you heard that, let us know, because now we're testing our systems over here.
Yeah.
We're testing our systems.
I think I might have had the other audio system on mute. That's why we couldn't hear.
But that's going to be interesting. Hanover Fist with a great comment saying Wemby adjusted to the NBA, but league going to have to adjust to him. Here's the thing about it, though, about Wemby right now. Think about the fact that the NBA game is different than what was there in Europe. The NBA game, the court is wider, gives him more space. The court's a little bit longer. The officiating is different. The officiating is more lenient towards the offensive player. You have the fact that the defenses are not as rough as they are in Europe. People are like, dude, they're going to beat him up, man. They're going to shove him around. Dude, if you ever watch any of those games in France, they played 80s and 90s type basketball over there in France right now, all over Europe. They allow defensive players to beat up on you, to body you up. He's already used to that. He's already used to it, and he thrived anyway. Now you add the fact that he has a ball that's better because the ball's different compared to the end to Europe. More room, more room in the paint. God, man. Everything is lining up for Wemby to have a great year.
It is, man. He's going to have a really good year. He might be even flirting with probably making, I'm saying this right now, he might even make the All-Star game.
In that clip that we were unable to hear, Paul Pierce kind of insinuated, he goes, I'm not saying that he's going to be an all-star, but he's already kind of at that level already, that he would not be surprised. By the way, I have jumped all over these Spurs bets.
I saw that,
because, my goodness, man.
Let's go ahead and show that.
This is not degenerate Jimenez, because I've been putting these bets in little by little as the summer has gone on.
Yeah, you put them on your Twitter.
Yeah. So I have about $185 or so in bets, $188 in bets.
Yeah.
Some of these done legally, others done in a different fashion. But I have $20 on the Spurs getting first place in the Southwest Division. So what is the Southwest Division? We're talking about the Grizzlies. We're talking about the Pelicans, the Mavericks, and the Rockets. Not a great team in the bunch, man. So why not? Why not? Steven Adams, by the way, out for the year.
No, knee
for the
surgery.
Memphis Grizzlies. So I mean, come on. Everyone's saying Memphis is better than the Spurs. Well, there's no Ja for 25 games. No Steven Adams.
Not only that, but did you see what happened? It looks like Rudy Gay was waived.
Really?
Yeah. So he's out on the market right now. And I saw on Twitter, Spurs fans were saying, bring him home. Bring him back here. Let him play one season. Sign him for a season and see what he can do as far as impart maybe some of his knowledge to the younger core.
He's a bucket, dude. He's a bucket. I put $25 on the Spurs getting second place at 20-1 odds. So I would profit $500 if that happens. My other hedge bet is $13 on the Spurs getting third place. So at that point, I would still profit what, $55?
55.
Right? Because you take the $100, you subtract the 20 and 25. Jeff Garcia and I have both done the following two bets together, right? Separately, but together. So he has 65. I have $65 on the Spurs winning 40 games or more this year.
Gotcha.
Going to profit $393 if that happens. Spurs basically go 500 or better, right? A $35 bet on the Spurs getting 35 wins. That's a $100 bet. So if the Spurs get 40 or more, I win both of those combined, right? And then I also have an $18 bet on the Spurs making the play-in or better, and $12 on the Spurs making the playoffs outright. Each of those bets will get me $100 profit each.
That's not some bad coin right there, man.
Dude, the Spurs get second place in the division. I'm probably going to mop up over $1,000 and go to Vegas with that, dude.
Jeez.
That is good times. I was surprised that the Spurs odds didn't change when Steven Adams went down. But the Spurs have the Dallas Mavericks coming in Wednesday night. Dallas Mavericks favored by 3.5 points right now. Dare I say, I think the Spurs are going to pull that game out.
Yeah, look at this too. Tim Gonzalez saying, and I saw this too. I was watching instant replay last night.
Yeah.
KSAT. So they ran a poll and they said, how many games do you think the Spurs are going to win? And they had various, they said more than 20, less than, more than 30, more than 40, more than 50. 40% of the votes that they tallied came in, and Spurs fans consensusly stated they expected the team to win more than 40 games this season.
Yeah, what, 40% of them? Yeah. Pleasure and I were going over this between the songs that we were singing over at the Angry Elephant, talking about the fact that a lot of people are like, well, the Spurs will go from 22 wins that maybe they'll go to 32 or 35. And I think they're out of their minds. This is a team that's going to go 500 or better. And you know why? I need to remind half of the Spurs fans out there that we're team playing. The Spurs tanked last year. They tanked last year, which means the Spurs won 22 games while trying to lose. Now, the players weren't trying to lose. The organization was trying to lose. They sat Vassell. They sat Sohan. They sat Keldon. They sat Collins. They put up these funky lineups out there. The Spurs were trying to lose. If the Spurs were trying to win every single game last year, they would have won 32 to 33 games, 32 to 35 if they tried winning. They beat the living shit out of the Nuggets, dude, when they were healthy.
Yeah.
So that being said, if that team is really a 34, 35 win team, you add Wemby to it, you don't think they're going to get to 41?
Yeah.
Out of your mind. The Spurs were trying to lose on purpose. That was not a 22 win team last year.
Yeah. And it's like that meme that you see all the time with that guy, the greatest man, and was it in history? Remember that old commercial, the beer commercial?
Yeah.
I don't know. Spurs don't always tank, but when they do, they get the number one pick.
Yes, it's got David Robinson. Now, I don't think the Spurs tanked in 86, 87 for David Robinson, but we did tank for Tim Duncan, and we won that.
Look at this. My boy from Star Wars Stuff podcast, he says, Spurs lost so many games by 5 or less points, and Wemby's going to make up for that on defense alone. Spurs are winning 50-plus games this year if healthy.
And I know it's just preseason, right? But when we saw the preseason game last week, right, some of these games last week, Steph Curry was on the court. Klay Thompson was on the court. Andrew Wiggins was on the court. Dude, what Wemby was able to do to Andrew Wiggins trying to, show him some game from 20 feet out and try to drive it on in, and Wemby just stuffing the living crap out of him. Yeah. Klay Thompson going for a three-pointer and Wemby blocking it. And Wemby was 15 feet away when Klay caught the ball.
Yeah.
And somehow still closed it out.
It's that length, man.
Dude, and then you see that video that went viral over the weekend of that 5'11" guy who plays for the Spurs. So basically 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
And he is pretending to drive in on Wemby and pushing Wemby back. And Wemby just coming at him with these arms that look like an alien. It just and then you
Unreal.
See the footwork of Victor Wembanyama. I am not going to go ahead and
say...
He's
been working with Timmy, bro. Low key.
Dude, I'm trying to figure out the hybrid that he is, because he is so many different players at one time. Yeah. So we heard Paul Pierce talking about saying that he is a cross between Kevin Durant and Giannis. I see a lot more than that. I see Victor Wembanyama as being part KD, because I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
I see a lot of David Robinson in him. I see more David Robinson than I do Tim Duncan. I see KD. I see David Robinson. I see Akeem Olajuwon. I see Ralph Sampson. I see Dirk Nowitzki. There's so many different players that I can see in him, and it's beautiful to watch. When we saw that game a week ago, when he was running the break and he was doing the Euro step from the 3-point line, for crying out loud, and dunking
long
it in.
leg.
but the run, everyone's talking about the Euro step that he did there, which was not a travel. It was a great play.
And he didn't miss a beat. He did it in stride.
But he ran from the 3-point line of the other side of the backcourt to the midcourt line and beyond. He looked like David Robinson out there. Remember when David would run the break?
Oh yeah.
David didn't run the break like a center. No. David ran the break like a guard.
He was very athletic, and he was fast for his size, dude, back in the day. They forget about David Robinson.
Dude, he was a problem.
He's
back
a monster,
in the day.
Man.
Jonathan C. reaches out to us on YouTube, says the one player I don't see in Wemby is Sean Bradley.
No lies detected.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
I heard that too. I think it was somebody from a former NBA player had said, "Oh, he's going to be another Sean Bradley." I'm like, what are you watching?
Yeah, and I understand wanting to get clicks, and I understand wanting to get a name out there. There are bad takes and there are stupid takes.
That was a
stupid take.
Yeah.
Okay. Mario, I saw Manu and Wemby with the nutmeg. Dude, am I the only one who didn't know what the nutmeg meant? How did everyone know that was what it meant?
Yeah, passing between the legs.
You're right. I had no idea it was called a nutmeg.
Yeah, that goes back to when Manu was a Spur. They would say, "Oh, he nutmegged him."
That's crazy.
Hey, let's go ahead and give a shout out to one of our sponsors here. And we got to go ahead and give a shout out to MCS General Contracting.
The hardest, the rock
hardest
hard
concrete
out there.
Yeah, so if you're looking to go ahead and get anything done as far as a cement slab, you have a patio that's in disrepair, or like Jimenez said, he had a patio in the front, your
Yeah.
porch, and it was flaking off. Chris went over there to give you some advice.
Yeah, he's giving some advice. He's going to be heading out there to go do it, to go help me with that, because that's a smaller job, right? But the fact of the matter is that it's amazing what that concrete does, especially when it looks nice.
Yeah.
How it makes your house pop.
Yep.
It makes your business pop. Whether it's you need a sidewalk done, you need some ramps done for ADA compliance. If you need a slab done for a business or for a home, or if you're looking for a parking lot to be done, there's something about it popping, just the color being right and everything being done correctly. The Leijas will say this all the time. It's not about doing it the cheap way. It's doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And doing it the right way might cost a little bit more, but you know what? You save money in the long haul because you're not having to get it fixed 5 years down the road.
Yeah.
But again, MCS General Contracting, 210-774-9155. They also do basketball courts, by the way.
There you go.
They do concrete basketball courts. You want one for your backyard. You want to have the basket installed inside the concrete.
And the lines drawn.
MCS General Contracting, 210-774-9155. You want a swimming pool. They may be your guys as well.
Or if you need it repaired, they could be your guys.
That's right, baby.
Hardest concrete in the business, diamond hard.
Diamond hard. Now, I was diamond hard last night watching the Kansas City Chiefs play because Taylor Swift was in the stands. That's called a professional segue right there. Okay, so a lot of NFL fans are tired because I saw a stat yesterday. I saw two stats that I thought were kind of funny. One stat was Travis Kelce averages over 100 yards per game now when his girlfriend, Taylor Swift, is in the audience.
Oh, because his boy's helping him out, man.
143 yards receiving in the first half alone yesterday. Got a touchdown, over 170, I believe, for the day.
Yeah.
It was a close game until the end. Kansas City got that win. They're undefeated with her in the stands.
But did you see the handshake, the
with
high five?
Brittany Mahomes? My only problem was with Jackson Mahomes being there. Taylor Swift's people need to go up to the Mahomes family and say, Jackson, because of what Jackson is accused of doing and what video has shown him doing, going up to women and just, groping them and grabbing their face and forcing a kiss on them. She does not need to have him around. Plus, he's an effing idiot. I don't want Jackson Mahomes anywhere around that woman. But good news to NFL fans out there who are like, I'm so tired of her. By the way, did you know that she was only shown on screen yesterday less than 60 seconds?
And I bet you that was probably the most watched 60 seconds of football.
It was after a 45-yard catch. It was after his touchdown. Okay, so if the game was on for 3.5 hours, that's what, 210 minutes?
Yeah.
Her face was only on the screen maybe 40 seconds. If you're complaining about that, shut the fuck up. Just go away.
You know what was funny, too? Even the announcers were talking about it. And they put him on screen for a couple seconds. And they're like, we got to do it because they know what's up too. They want to bring in the female fan base, the Swifties, and get the ratings up.
Well, even that graphic that they had up there showing that Kelce gets 90+ yards per game. And actually after the game, it crossed over to over 100 yards per game. And then instead of saying without her in the stands, it said left to his own devices.
Yeah.
Which is a line from Anti-Hero, one of her big songs from last year.
So we got to show, this is the little handshake that they got going on there.
As long as she doesn't do a TikTok with Jackson Mahomes, I'm okay. But for NFL fans, I will let you guys know she will be gone in about 3 weeks. Okay, because her tour gets back going second week of November. So she might go to one more game, maybe two more games, and then she's gone for the rest of the NFL season. And if the Chiefs somehow make the Super Bowl, she would have to perform in Tokyo and then fly out immediately to catch him in the Super Bowl if they were to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there it is. That's between her and Patrick Mahomes' wife. They already got their little high five game.
All the videos of all the photos of Brittany being all upset and butthurt because the first time she was out there, that Taylor Swift was out there, Brittany Mahomes was off to the side. She wasn't part of the group, but then they had to bring her out when they went to New York, and they're like, okay, come hang out with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and Blake Lively and the director of Deadpool, which, by the way, let's go to do some pop culture here.
Yeah.
People are theorizing, hypothesizing, I guess is maybe the word, that it's possible that Swift might be in the new Deadpool movie and that she could be a Marvel character.
If that happens, man, Marvel's just playing it right because they already know she's hot right now, dude.
Well,
Swifties are gonna go and they're gonna go ahead and support her.
The Marvel character being Dazzler.
Hey,
and Dazzler is what? A singer.
I'm not against
a
it.
performer at night,
Yeah.
and a regular person during the day. They describe her as kind of Marvel's version of Hannah Montana, if you will.
I'm not against it.
You're not against it. Oh my God. Woo!
It's like bring her on.
Dude, yeah. Star Wars stuff podcast saying, oh yeah, for sure Taylor Swift was playing the mutant Dazzler.
She has
That's
to.
amazing.
It's like she's a real life mutant, you know? I mean, look at her skills out there, you know?
Leija reaching out saying Jimenez is angry. Don't talk about his Taylor. Dude, it's a topic of discussion. I'm a girl dad, right? So I've got my daughter Gabby over at LSU, and she even tweeted on her Twitter account. She goes, whenever I talk to my dad about football, we always bring up Kelsey and Taylor. Just is what it is, man. I love it.
You have something in common with your baby girl.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right. No Cowboys this weekend.
No Cowboys, man, but we also had some other, games that happened over the weekend, and pour some out, man, for the Detroit freaking Lions, bro. They were 5-1. I had them winning against the Ravens, and they came out and they completely shit the bed.
Do you know what's so funny? I saw this thing on TikTok the other day that said that the most talked about team of the week has lost.
Jeez,
they said
man,
you go week one. Who was the most hyped team in week one? The New York Jets.
Jets were hyped up because of Aaron Rodgers.
Because of Aaron Rodgers.
And he goes down right away.
And then it goes on to week two. It's this team that's hot, and they go down. At one point, it was the Cowboys, and then they lose to Arizona. And then at one point, it was the Niners, and then they lose. Who was the hot team last week? It was the Detroit Lions going into Baltimore. Got killed over there by Lamar Jackson and gang. That's the thing that's the thing about the NFL. The NFL, they call it not for long.
Yeah.
You're not number one for long. You get brought back down. San Francisco, boom, we're bringing you back down. Welcome to the Cleveland Browns. They beat you up.
Look what happened with the Bears, bro. They beat up the Raiders. I did not see that one coming. I had the Raiders beating the Bears because the Bears are so bad. I know Carolina is probably watching somewhere laughing, happy today. That's why she was in the chat, because the Bears won.
I don't think she's happy that the Bears won, because at this point in the season, don't you want them to lose so you get a better draft pick? Why lose out on Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I don't know, man. This is probably their second win of the whole season.
Yeah.
I think that's probably it, the pinnacle for them.
But the Bears going out there and beating up on the Raiders, it was interesting to see, because, you have a backup going out there, Tyson Bagent, going out there, 21 for 29, 162 yards, a touchdown. And he was interviewed after the game, after the win, because, he got a win when Justin Fields isn't doing it.
Yeah.
And he got a win. And what I liked was that one of the reporters asked a very good question. They asked the question, did you have a backup plan in place if the NFL was not for you? And he said, yeah, I was going to go do a lot of CrossFit and be a trainer.
Oh, man.
He was, I was going to get shredded, go to CrossFit, and I was going to become a trainer, maybe a teacher.
Yeah, and look at this, David Outwater and Chris Leija. They both had comments here. Chris says the Raiders are super ass. And then look at David Outwater says, Pats beating the Bills was shocking. And my boy from Star Wars Stuff podcast says, how did the Pats beat the Bills is my question, because no one saw that either. I would have thought, you're going to place a bet, you're going to go with the Bills over the Patriots, because the Patriots have been ass, computer and complete garbage.
Yeah.
But they lose to the Patriots 29-25.
Dude, and they gave it up in the last minute of the game.
I'm just like,
did you see that guy, Justin Pugh? I believe he plays for the Giants, on Monday Night Football last week.
Oh, yeah.
When they were saying what college they went to.
Yeah.
And he said, Justin Pugh, straight off the couch. because he was a free agent the week before.
Straight off the couch. I'm surprised they let that slide in there, dude. That's pretty funny. That was pretty funny. You know, everybody was laughing at that.
Yeah.
In the truck, they're just like, man, we can't wait to play this.
That is great, dude.
And they should have shown the couch because you know how they show the logo?
Oh, yeah.
Put the couch on there, dude.
Texas Longhorns, man, beat the Houston Cougars in a very exciting game on Saturday.
It was, man.
Dude, okay, so I don't want to be that guy, but that was gift wrapped to the Longhorns. Longhorns up by a touchdown with about a minute and a half to go. You have the Cougars driving, trying to get that tying touchdown. Maybe they're at home. Go for 2. Go for the win, right?
No.
Third down. It appears as though the running back gets a first down. It appears as though awful spot. They spotted the ball about a half yard further from where it should have been, right? You know, it should have been a first down. Instead, it was 4th and inches. Dude, that was a first down, man. Like, how was that not reviewable?
Yeah.
That was a first down. And then they go for a pass. It was incomplete. Texas goes on to win. Cougars got screwed on that one. Now, that 4th down call by that coach was awful. Why not just quarterback sneak it, dude? You just need 6 inches for crying out loud. But that was a bad spot. They should have had the ball 1st and goal at the 7. Yeah. Instead, they go and lose. That was a crazy game. LSU beat up on Army. I don't know what the score was, but last I saw was 58-0.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
No, you know, I you know what? It was 60-something-0 because they got a touchdown on the last minute of the game.
62-0, bro.
The over-under was 61. LSU
Ouch.
covered the over-under by themselves.
And this is a team that UTSA had trouble with, and they actually lost to them.
They lost to.
Yeah.
Army,
you were there. I remember this one.
Yeah.
It's awful quiet in here.
It was. LSU camouflaged the end zones in honor of Army. It was the camouflage paint.
That's a nice touch.
It was a nice touch, but me and my daughter again, she goes to LSU. She's in the crowd, and she goes, "Oh my God, we're killing Army!" And I was like, "Man, the U.S. Army hasn't had this bad of a beating since 1812." And she starts laughing because that was a history pun.
You know, there was another game they had on. They had Air Force versus Navy. I saw that one.
Yeah.
Did you check out that game?
Well, Air Force is undefeated, man.
Yeah, 7-0. They beat Navy 17-6.
Tim Gonzalez is coming out saying USC lost to Utah.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so let's talk about their quarterback, Caleb. Quick question about him, because I saw a thing on what is his name, Emmanuel Acho from FS1, talking about the fact that Caleb Williams, the USC quarterback, who's going to be the number 1 overall pick, more than likely, asking the question, do you just sit him out the rest of the year? Because he's the number 1 player. They have no chance at the playoffs.
Yeah.
They have no chance of winning conference championship.
Why risk the injury?
Yeah. Should he just call it a career?
Yeah, because he's probably going to wind up getting drafted. I mean,
number 1 overall.
Sit him down, man.
And you have all these people like, he'll be giving up on his teammates. Who cares?
It's not up to him. It's up to the coaches.
Well, I mean,
you know,
it could be up to him. He can say, I'm done, baby. By the way, we're talking about UT. Quinn Ewers was knocked out of the game.
Oh, yeah, man.
So we got to see who's going to be the quarterback this week.
Concussion protocol or something. Yeah.
But
they won too. Let's go ahead and talk about that. UTSA football. They went ahead and beat FL Atlantic.
Yeah,
36-10.
It was a good game. It was a close game at first.
Yeah, it was.
And UTSA just dropped the hammer. They played so well defensively in that game. There's a lot going on, man, when it comes to UTSA football. I know that they start off poorly, 1-3 for the season. But you take a look at what head coach Jeff Traylor said. He goes, we're undefeated.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the fact that, they're undefeated in conference. They might have a 4-3 record overall, but where it really matters, they're undefeated. And they got that game in Temple, in Philadelphia, at Lincoln Financial Field, when they beat Temple. They come to town, take care of business against UAB. They go over to Florida Atlantic. They win over there. UTSA football has a lot to be proud of right now because it's showing some resilience.
Yeah.
It's showing the fact that they haven't given up on the season. And, we should be proud of them. And they've got East Carolina next here at the Alamo Dome on the 28th.
Yeah, they're playing through adversity because of injuries and whatnot, but they're still a good team. You know, at the end of the day, go out, compete, and you can win. You can still be in that conversation. You know.
Now, the bowl game that they're going to be in eventually, I mean, it's going to be all dependent on how they place. But right now, taking a look at the American Athletic Conference standings, Tulane, SMU, and UTSA are undefeated at 3-0
in conference.
Right now. Tulane's going to be the hardest one. Tulane is nationally ranked. UTSA goes to Tulane, which is in New Orleans, by the way.
On the road, yeah.
On the road, the day after Thanksgiving.
Oof, that's going to be a tough one. You got your belly full of turkey.
I don't think they're going to have Thanksgiving until the Saturday or the Sunday when they come back. But UTSA football, man, has a lot going for it right now.
Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this too, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the latest AP polls.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. College polls. That way we can see what teams have dropped and which ones have kind of rose up in the standings. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on screen.
Yeah, I find it interesting that number one, you have the Georgia Bulldogs.
Still
number one, and they should be.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to lose at some point, right? You got to defeat them to make your way over to number one.
Michigan's still undefeated too, 8-0.
But Georgia with 38 first place votes. You have Michigan, who a team, by the way, that is undefeated 8-0, beat Indiana 52-7, has not played anybody this year.
No one.
Dude, Jay High School, Exit 7, has had a harder schedule than Michigan. Click on Michigan. I want to see who they played. Let's see who they've played this season. Michigan, again, beat the living shit out of Indiana, but they should. They should.
Conference records 4-0. Last game was against Indiana. Overall 7-0.
I mean, come on, man. They haven't played anybody yet. And I know they're going to have to play some big schools down the way. But until then, how do you get a number two when you beat Michigan State 49-0 and you beat Indiana?
They romped Minnesota 52-10.
When you beat Minnesota. I'm going through all their lists right here. They beat Nebraska 45-7. They beat Rutgers 31-7. They beat Bowling Green. They beat UNLV.
Ball State.
Good God. They haven't beaten anybody this year, man.
They're teams that nobody really knows about, you know?
They're awful.
And then you're looking at Ohio State. Ohio State 7-0.
Yeah.
They should probably be ranked higher than Michigan.
I think so too.
You know?
Florida State, man, they pulled that game out of their ass. Now, I think this is last week's AP.
This one is as of the 22nd. Released rankings as of the 22nd.
Because it has OU playing Texas there, so I gotta.
Well, it's just it's probably an older game. It says at Texas, but this is the latest AP poll. But
yeah, you're right, because Washington's 5. Mm-hmm. So Florida State beat Duke. They didn't beat Syracuse. They beat Duke this past week, and they had to beat up on Duke's quarterback. So Duke was winning in that game in the third quarter. Florida State pulled that quarterback down by his helmet, by his face mask, dragged him to the ground, ended up hurting his leg or his ankle or something. He was knocked out of the game. Florida State then took over and won that game. You have Oklahoma at number 6 at 7-0, Texas at 6-1. You got Oregon at 6-1, Alabama surviving another game.
They beat Tennessee.
Yep. Tennessee was up early in that game. They were up at halftime, in fact, by double digits.
And I saw that game. I was watching it. I was keeping a close eye on it. I was like, okay, Alabama. They talked with Nick Saban afterwards. You know, he was all happy.
Penn State dropped to number 10. We've got Notre Dame at 14, LSU at 15. But the thing about it, though, is that Tulane is somewhere in there, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see where Tulane is.
Oh, you got Air Force, Duke.
There you go, Tulane.
Tulane, there it is.
The American Athletic Conference. UTSA is going to go after them. You know, a lot of Longhorn fans were there saying, all we need to do is have Bama keep winning. Others were like, no, we need Oklahoma to keep winning. You need both. Yeah. You need Oklahoma to keep winning so that when you beat them in the conference championship in December, that means something. And you can't have Bama be a 3-loss team, because although it's impressive that you go to Tuscaloosa and win a game, fact of the matter is that if that Alabama is a 3-loss team, it loses its luster a little bit. LSU takes on Bama in 2 weeks there in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, and it pours some out for Tim Gonzalez, man. His Duke Blue Devils are moving down in the standings. They moved down 4 slots to number
And
20.
it's because of injury, dude. They had Florida State. They had them.
That's what I'm saying. Pour some out, man. It is what it is. Injuries are part of the game, but man, Duke is going down, dude.
Dude, we're an hour in. I haven't been Nesio once.
Hey, that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and hey, you know what we got to do too? We got to go ahead and give a quick shout out to our boy over here, the one and only Jeff Garcia from Lowe's. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up.
Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs. Don't forget to follow Locked On Spurs not only on Spotify, but follow him on YouTube as well, because the podcast, which are now daily, took a little bit of a break. Right, it was 3 days a week because
and rightfully so. It's an 82-game season.
The season was kind of, it was the dog days of summer, if you will.
Yeah.
And now it's daily content of your San Antonio Spurs. Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Kens5.com. He's the lead Spurs writer there. He follows this team. When I say he follows this team, I'm talking about he's in their back pocket. He's around. He's their
at
shadow.
The practice arena.
He's at their shadow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not their back pocket. That sounds a little bit odd. But no, he's their shadow, right? If Wemby's walking, he's 5 feet away from him, all right? You would think that he's Wemby's bodyguard at this point because Jeff Garcia is so close to the action, so close to this team. Again, it's daily content when it comes to the Spurs, and it comes as we analyze what this team is doing. I'm going to be on Locked On Spurs tomorrow talking about what it's going to be, or how do you describe or define a successful season for the Spurs. We'll also talk about Zach Collins getting his extension with the team, 2 years, I think $17.5 million per
year. Yeah,
not bad, dude. That's the Spurs are getting some pretty good price points on these players.
They are, and these are players. I think what they're doing is they're extending pieces that they want to build around Wembanyama. So they're putting not only Devin Vassell, now they're going to go ahead and put Zach Collins around Wemby. They believe in these players. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen as far as contracts that are going to be expiring, who they're going to wind up keeping and who they're going to let walk. How are they going to wind up building this team around Wembanyama? To me is a big question mark right now.
Jason Kidd, according to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs, said, quote, on preparing to face Victor Wembanyama, quote, he's a problem, so we have to figure out how to slow him down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd.
He's a big problem for the whole league right now. He's an enigma, But, make sure you also go and follow Jeff Garcia on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share to his YouTube channel.
Yeah, and give him crap because he just tweeted out there, this is about 22 minutes ago. Did Jimenez just say that's too Mexican for me?
Oh, the grito?
The grito? Dude, okay, first of all, I don't mind the occasional grito, but that is like 35 seconds of grito, dude. It's a little bit much.
We're going to keep it brutal here, bro. That's what we do.
It's a little bit much, dude.
That's what we do.
A little bit much.
That's what we do, man. That's what we do.
By the way, I was driving down 410 the other day. You talk about exit 7.
Budo exit 7, yeah.
Right? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ingram is 4.
I think Ingram is 4 because we're over here. Okay, this is 7. Then you're coming the opposite way.
Because Fredericksburg is 1.
Yeah, so 1, 2,
Fredericksburg is 1. Babcock is 2. Or Babcock Evers. Or no, sorry, Babcock Callahan is 2. Evers Callahan is 3.
3.
Or Evers Bandera is 3.
Yeah.
That makes
Ingram 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Down with that.
Budo exit 4.
I'll double check.
Lucky number 7, dude. Budo exit 7. I mean, you're just a stone's throw away from here. You're over here on Petrenko, but Petrenko is just nothing more than a nicer Marbach. But you still have the big guy. You've seen him too, man. Walking up and down Petrenko, pushing the basket. He's a staple, bro.
Oh, the big guy.
Without the shirt, walking up and down.
Dude, that
all
guy's
the time.
forever sunburned. I feel so bad for that guy, dude.
I do, man. He's a staple, bro. I've seen him, though. Like, he comes into the Dollar Tree once in a while. We're there with the kids or something.
Yeah.
He's just buying water and stuff. But I do feel bad for him because he's always sunburned, man.
Yeah, I think there's some mental illness on that guy. I know exactly.
There is, but he's a nice guy, man.
He's always across the street from the Canes. The Raising Canes
man.
is right there. He's always across the street.
But he's a staple on Petrenko, bro. You're going down Petrenko, you're going to see him there, man.
I shouldn't have said Canes. Now I'm going to want Canes.
Oh, no, dude. Don't do it. You know how my son had me look the menu the other day. We're there. Mm-hmm. Just to go ahead and get the nuggets. Not the nuggets, but the chicken fingers, right? Or what do you call them? The strips. The strips. That meal alone, I think it was a 3-piece.
It's like $9.
No, not $9. You're talking about the calorie intake. It was like 1,000 something.
Oh, calorie intake.
Like 1,000 plus. He was like, oh my God.
You know, it's funny because, you know, I'm living that separated life right now.
Yeah.
And I swear my daily diet intake is meal simples from HEB.
Hey, you put them in the oven.
Or the microwave.
Microwave.
Dude, I swear I have 2 a day. Like, I need to ask HEB to sponsor me. I'm like Jared from Subway in the losing weight, but without
I lost 60 pounds.
without the pedophilia, you know. Dude, the meal simples are legit, dude.
Hey, man, that salmon is on point, dude.
Really?
Yeah, the salmon's on point.
I'm not a seafood guy, but yesterday I put one in the oven for 25 minutes. I was like, put it on for 350 for 25 minutes. It was like this like stuffed ravioli with spinach and sausage and pork.
Went down good.
It was pretty good. And I look at the container, it said 600 calories. I'm like, damn straight, dude. That's less than a burger. And it was a whole meal. You know, put a little Hawaiian roll on the side just to even it out a little bit of toast or something like that.
Hey, one of the things we got to talk about too before we start bringing the show to an end here, because we got a couple minutes, like maybe 3-4 minutes. We got to mention San Antonio FC. San Antonio FC on Saturday, they winded up winning their game.
Yeah.
They're going to be moving on. And they're the defending champs, right? So they defended their home field. You know, they went ahead and beat, I think it was the Switchbacks. So now they're going to play Sacramento FC. Now, this is a team that has given them trouble. First meeting was a tie. Second meeting, San Antonio lost to Sacramento FC by a score of 3-1.
They beat them up, too.
They beat them up. And now they're going to go ahead and face off again to see who's going to be moving on. And this is going to happen on Friday night. So it's a big game for San Antonio FC. This is that Sacramento team, again, is a team that's given them trouble. They play bully ball. They get physical. They want to knock you down. They want to kick you in the teeth. You know, let's see if San Antonio FC can go ahead and get physical on the field.
People are already giving me crap right now on Twitter right now because of the I'm losing my Mexican card even more, revoking it because I said that I didn't like the grito. It's not the grito itself. It's the length of the grito. Like a 3-second one. All right, that's cool, man. Celebrate, baby. If you're going on for half an hour, 45 seconds, it's a little bit much. Let's go ahead and play it. Let's go ahead and play it.
You want to play the grito again?
Yeah. Let's count this. Oh, that is
and that's usually where
that is so awful.
That's where I end it. But I do this all the time just to go ahead and rub it in the face of the losers of the week.
No, I get it. Let's go ahead and just cap gritos at 4 or 5 seconds, dude.
No, this one's going on.
That guy goes on for like a minute, dude.
But this is the thing is he's doing it on purpose. This is a one that you're just. It's not like a grito that you're doing like I'm gonna keep it puro. This is a funny one.
Okay, first of all, Jonathan C reaches out to us on YouTube and says, not liking grito is the same as saying you don't like a Spanish announcer saying go. First of all announcing should be done in Spanish. Okay, NBA, NFL, it's amazing.
My friend was watching the Cowboy game the other night in Spanish because he couldn't turn off the SAP.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Bro, this is pretty lit."
Mike Baez of Bear County Social Apparel says Ingram is exit 11. I stand corrected. Okay, so if that's 11, so that'd be Marbach was 5 or 4 or 7, right? So that would mean Military Drive and 151 are the other ones, right?
Yeah.
So I want an exit 11 shirt, an Ingram exit 11 shirt. Make it so. Make it so. And I want that so I can, because I'm the guy that moderates my high school class of over 400 people, our Facebook page. If I can get an exit 11 shirt that has a Holmes Husky logo on it, or just the exit 11 Ingram, I can publicize that. I can make that one happen. That would be pretty cool. Exit 11, baby. It's all about Ingram.
Photo exit 11, man.
We all know each other, dude. We all know each other. This is a strange town. I don't believe for 1 second when people say that there's 2.5 million people in the San Antonio area. We all know each other.
Hey, I got to do this because this really it's annoying me. I got to see if everybody can hear again. I'm going to play 3 seconds from the Kevin Garnett thing. Nope.
We couldn't hear this, but we heard the grito for an hour and a half.
For an hour and a half. I don't know what's going on with this audio, dude. I've tried everything to go ahead and get it through here, and it's still not working.
All right, I can't. So here are the meal.
Oh, look, he gave me a thumbs up. Maybe they can hear it. I don't know.
Oh no, I think the thumbs up is for the Exit 11.
No, they can't. They can't hear it.
Okay. So what meal simple am I going to do today? Am I going to do the spaghetti and meatballs? Am I going to do the fettuccine Alfredo? Am I going to do the orange chicken with rice? Or the fajita one they got with peppers, dude? That one's pretty legit, dude.
Oh,
they have a fajita with pepper. It just takes like a minute and a half. It's already cooked, dude.
You know what's good, too? The baked potato, dude, where they have the chicken on top of the baked potato, the shredded chicken.
The one on Petrenko in 1604,
yeah,
dude.
bro, that thing's pretty legit, man.
What do they call it? It's
the flaming bird.
The flaming bird. The flaming bird.
The flaming bird. That baked potato's legit, though.
I remember my family and I, we were staying in Seguin one time, and I was looking up the best barbecue in Seguin.
Yeah.
So I'm looking up all these places, Yelping it and all that stuff, and it's telling me the name of one. And then I go to where that place was. It was a place inside the HEB.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh, my God. This isn't like, I mean, it was
they
good.
have a barbecue place. Was it? I think it was on the one that's off of Bandera. The HEB on Bandera. I think they have like a barbecue place inside.
They do?
Yeah.
They used to have a Chinese restaurant in there that was really good.
Don't
dude.
even get me started with that, bro.
Dude, that was
the one
so
on Marbach.
good.
The one on Marbach. The
Yeah.
OG HEB. Man, that Chinese food. And that was a stupid thing. You would go and spend so much money on groceries and you'll be like, let's go get some Chinese food to go.
Mario Cavas is asking the question, do I play the Turkey Bowl flag football with past alumni before Thanksgiving? I don't. I know about it, but I just haven't gone.
Bro, at our age, man, you're going to pull something, man.
Dude, referee season starts in 2 weeks for me.
We got to go out there. We got to go and heckle you, man.
First week of November, dude. I'm eligible to do varsity this year.
Maybe I'll make my Jimenez fat head, you know, those real big heads, and take it out there.
I was actually at our last meeting yesterday, and now I'm varsity eligible this year. Nice. I'm probably going to do a bunch of freshmen and JV. But if it's a varsity game, I'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll have to go out there.
Dude, my favorite place to do a game, though, I've never done a game at the Northside Complex there by Ferris. I've never done that one, but I've done the SAISD one, and that one's so unique because you're like on a pedestal, like so the benches aren't like level to the team.
Yeah,
it's like a dugout. You're like if you don't watch your step, you're gonna fall off the platform.
God,
that one's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, man. We're going to have to go ahead and start bringing this to a close, boys, because I got to go ahead and start getting ready to log in to work.
I got to get a meal simple in. I got to get a 3-mile walk or jog in today.
Nice.
I weighed in my lowest this year over the weekend.
Maybe you can go walking up and down Petrenko with the boy, man, with the pulls of pushing the basket, dude. You can both walk without the shirts.
I don't want that sunburn, dude. That sun, I feel so bad. I cannot believe we talked about that guy, dude. Seriously. And people are on our
they see him all the time
on our YouTube stream right now talking about him. Like, dude, that's so sad.
We feel bad for him. Just saying the guy's a staple, man.
He's always around.
He's always there.
Morning, noon, and night. He's always out there with the basket.
Always there, dude. Yep.
All right, fellas. Everyone have a great Monday. Tonight, 7:03. Christian Scherzer. Rangers, Astros.
Game 7.
Road team has won the first 6 games. Go Rangers, baby.
Go puro pinche Rangers a la verga.
Go Rangers.
I can taste that beer already.
Stout House tonight. Let's go make it happen.
Yeah. All right, boys. See y'all later.
See ya.